That's right.
Yeah, I said try the one on the left, but there was something sitting there or something. Maybe like a triple.
Yeah, along here. Oh, I see.
Yeah, the T450 goes triple. 420.
Let's try and start relatively on time. I say relatively because we're a little late, but not too much. I'm having a little problem here with slides advancing, but that's okay, I'll sort it out. The first slide I put up is a stylized maple leaf that says Canada 150. So Canada 150 today was this year is the sesquicentennial of Confederation. So that's why that was there. The second slide is just the standard Warpstock Corporation slide, so I don't need that. So welcome to Warpstock 2017 here in Toronto. I took a look back. This is the 21st annual Warpstock. Now, they haven't all been under Warpstock Corporation. There was Warpstock Inc. at one time, and then the registration was changed to Warpstock Corporation. So I've included all of them in here. So that is the first 7. Second 7. And some of the ones in this group were ones that, how can I put it? We decided to try and save some money and went to universities, which obviously we can't do when the school year is on for universities. Third group of 7, that brings us up to date. Now, one thing that I found rather interesting with having this in Toronto in 2017 was when I was looking back, we went back to, in Toronto, we had it down the road a ways, another Holiday Inn, in 2001. In 2001, Ecom Station was introduced. In 2017, we're back here, and now Arca OS is getting the introduction. So it's an interesting juxtaposition in that case. So I'm not sure how long it's going to be before the next version comes out. Current board of directors consists, there's 5 of us. Myself as president, Andy Willis over here as vice president. Secretary is Neil Waldauer. The fellow with the money is Lewis, the treasurer, and Martin is our director at large. This may look a little smaller than previous lists. There was a shortage of volunteers, so we readjusted the size because we felt that even with 5 we could still handle it. Schedule. I'm going to call on Neil because we don't have a printed schedule to refer to.
No. Speakers have been short. I don't know if I should stand in place here and be on screen, but this morning after John, I'm going to go around and run the introducing attendees just to get us all sort of acquainted with why did we come here and, you know, who we are. Followed by David Azarowitz. We'll do what do ARCA OS drivers do and when do they do it. And then third session will be, keep moving them around. I think Herwig Bauernfeld Fine from Bitwise Works will be presenting over Skype. And that's this morning's session. Afternoon sessions will be Alex Taylor guiding the user, UI and documentation design. Let's see, we've moved him over, so I think it's I think it's Martin with OS2 World poll results, and then finally myself with laptops and ARCA OS. That's today's roster. We'll see how things sort out tomorrow.
Hopefully we can get the schedule printed up for you at some point in time.
Oh, good. Do you actually know the order of?
I followed what you just said,
Oh, okay.
so I fixed today.
Yeah. Well, when Robert gets up, we might be able to finalize the schedule.
Okay, this year we also experimented with something a little different, which is what the hotel refers to as a meeting package. And the meeting package is based on the number of attendees, and it provides the meeting room, it provides breakfast, lunch, stuff for breaks, and it's all in one package rather than, as we have in the past, gone out and gone item by item separately, instead of, you know, saying, okay, we're paying this for the room, whether we have 10 people or 30 people, it doesn't matter, we're paying this for the room. This way we're just paying for the number of attendees. Those of you that found it already, breakfast was served here this morning, and I see the results the remains are still at the back. And they'll be served in here roughly starting at 7 o'clock and going roughly till 8:30, which allows you a little extra sleeping time. No guarantees on the, it depends on, the final time depends on when we start sessions. Lunch on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is also in here, served at the same location at the back of this room. And we've booked 2 hours for lunch. So from 12 noon till 2 o'clock in the afternoon is when we have lunch. Now, depending on how quickly or slowly you eat, will depend on how much time you have left of that 2 hours, but it provides you with a little bit of social time that you can get to, you know, just talk to each other as well. And for all evening meals, you're on your own. Now, as I mentioned, the breaks are part of this overall meeting package. So we will have a morning break Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Once again, available at the back of this room at approximately 9:45. We were originally scheduled for 10 o'clock. I got it moved up 15 minutes because that fits better with the schedule. Afternoon breaks Friday and Saturday, once again in this room at the back at 2:45. And you'll see that the breaks in the morning, it's coffee, tea, and fruit juice. In the afternoon, it's coffee, tea, soft drinks, and a snack. And without looking it up in the catering agreement, I can't tell you what the snacks are. As a matter of fact, one of them I think was chef's choice. So I know there'll be some brownies, cookies, and that sort of thing. And that basically covers the meals in here. For those of you who like to eat a third meal in the day, in the evening when you're on your own, I have a list that I took from the hotel's website of nearby restaurants. Now, the closest one is down below us. If you go on the elevator, hang a right and you're into the Perkins restaurant. If you're on the stairs, at the bottom of the stairs, hang a right and you go into the restaurant. There's St. Louis Bar and Grill, which I was informed has a slight problem. It's called Dixon Road. You got 4 lanes to try and get across because it's on the other side of the road. Milestones Restaurant, Swiss Chalet, which most people will recognize, is just a short what
walk.
did you say it was, Jim? About
5-minute walk.
5-minute walk. So it's not that far. It's on the same side of the road, so you don't have to fight the.
Just up to the next block.
Yeah, there's a whole group of restaurants.
And there's also one called Canyon Creek Chop House. Now, other than Perkins, which I partook of last night, a meal there, and Swiss Chalet, I'm not familiar with the other 3. If in doubt where any of these are, you can check the hotel website. Under dining, I believe. And you can go to one of those links and actually see the menus from the restaurant.
I've been to a couple of functions in this area. I was just checking to see if it still exists. It looks as if it does. But if you don't mind walking a little just down the road past the Toronto Congress Center, there's also a good buffet, all-you-can-eat buffet place called Tucker's. It's probably about 10 minutes walk down Dixon, but it's on this side of it, it seems.
Yep.
So, I just took what they offered at the hotel site rather than looking in and checking, like in the phone book, and checking for all of the local restaurants. If you have any questions, you can always ask them at the front desk, and I'm quite sure they will be happy to tell you where to go. That can be taken in several ways.
They actually have sidewalks all the way.
John? I have a couple of ideas.
What's that?
I have a couple of ideas.
Okay.
Yeah. Just a little addendum to the dining out, if anybody wishes. I live in the general area and a little bit more familiar. There are a couple of ideas that I've come up with. There's a unique dining experience. It's a Greek diner called Zets, Z-E-T-S, or excuse me, Z-E-T-S in deference, which is a high-speed, unique experience. And it's within driving distance, it's a short distance, it's not within walking distance. But I have a vehicle, I could take probably a couple of people. If anybody is interested, just get in touch with me. And the second is a more high-end place called Mother Tucker's, which is
This one I just mentioned.
yeah, sir. Yeah. It's again, probably driving to get there. So on the other side of Highway 427.
Yeah, just past the TCC there.
Way over there.
Yeah. Well, I would
So if anybody wants to talk to me about it, we maybe put something together.
We'll pass that. So it's.
Okay, so there's a couple more ideas. Hotel information. If you want information about this hotel, that's the URL for it, the hi.torontoairport.ca. And if you're interested and you feel you have time and you're looking for what else is going on around the area, check their link to Visitor Center. And it gives you the major events going on. And unfortunately, I had to tell Martin that he couldn't go down to the waterfront to view the big duck.
Yeah.
Because it's moved on. I'm not sure where the heck it is now, but it was being moved around the Great Lakes on the basis of the Canada 150 celebration. So, and it was in Toronto on July 1st. So anyways, that is no longer. If you want to try going downtown and you want a place to dine, the CN Tower, which we had pictured on the logo, has a restaurant up in the top area that has the interesting thing of, as you're sitting there having your meal, the restaurant is slowly turning around. So you get a view of onto the lake and of the city if you should so wish. But that's up to you. Hotel checkout is 12 o'clock noon. Now, I believe anyone who signed up for the rewards card can make arrangements to extend that to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Now it all depends on the room and whether it has been booked for someone else, because they need a certain amount of time to restore the room to its normal condition. I don't see any problem in here that if you check out before 12 noon on the day you're leaving, as long as it's today, tomorrow, or Sunday, to bring your luggage in here, and there's seems to be plenty of room back in the back corner there.
Or in the front corner, for that matter.
What's that?
Or in the front corner, for that matter.
There's a 24-hour shuttle service to the airport. I do have a printout of the schedule. If anyone wants to look at it, I'll dig it out of my file. Other than that, check at the front desk. They have the schedule posted on the front desk, and if there's any questions about it, you just ask them at the front desk.
An interesting thing I discovered yesterday is the shuttle schedule is not located anywhere on their mobile version of their website. So you have to use the PC version of their website if you want to look up the schedule.
Anyways, I do have a copy of it if anyone wants to check it.
They're available at the front desk as well, copies of the shuttle schedule.
Right.
Yeah.
And basically, I can't say it for sure, but it looks like it's about every half hour.
It's every half hour most of the day, and when you get into the real off hours, it's every 45 minutes. But it's printed on the schedule.
And you just have to remember which terminal to get off at, either Terminal 1 or Terminal 3. Do not try to get off at Terminal 2 unless you're traveling as cargo.
Is there a Terminal 2 still?
What's that?
Is there still a Terminal 2? I didn't think there was a Terminal 2.
It's not specifically labeled Terminal 2.
Good one.
I have a question
No, we've
about,
been talking about
John, I have a question about the transport. If you're going to go into town, I was told it's 2 steps. You have to go to the airport and then take an express train. Do you know how the timing works on that, or anybody know?
No,
There's
eight
about
buses
five-
are 325, or actually seniors, if you have ID, it's less than that.
There
How do
is-
you do it though?
Half second. There's a bunch of ways to get down there, but if you're gonna take the Union Prison Express, okay, you can go to, there's a free shuttle, you go over there, you go up to the terminal, there's a lady there or stuff that can sell you tickets, okay? You can get a ticket that's designed for you to go downtown and come back in less than 12 hours, and it costs the same as a one-way ticket. All you wanna do is go downtown and visit.
We have to find this mystery lady.
No, she's right there, right where you get, she's a little counter, right in the middle of where the train stops on either side, and she's just, good-looking young lady. Ask her.
I mean, is this legit, or?
That's a job. Not that good. I brought a Presto card from her, which you don't have to do. And yes, there's a discount if you're,
Old person, good.
yeah, so you just have to show it on.
Okay, so, but I'm just interested in the connection time. Suppose you want to do something down, my wife wanted, so if you're standing in the lobby of the hotel here and you want to get down to Union Station, what time should you allot? And then what about the return trip? How is that, you know, we want to have dinner or something?
I don't know how often the train runs, but it's very often, 15 minutes or something like that. Every 15 minutes the train is boom, boom, boom.
Okay, every 15 minutes.
And not organized with that particularly. There's a shuttle most of the day, every half hour. There's
From
a
the hotel.
printed schedule the hotel has downstairs that shows you. And it'll be in Terminal 1. Okay, that's where you will be getting it because that's where the train leaves.
The train's at Terminal 1. And what's the transit time into town?
20 minutes, I think. Is that a call?
Yeah, and that gets you to Union Station.
Right.
If you check the website for the airport, I believe there's a link there that you can get the information. If not, check, who runs that? Metrolink, or is that TTC?
No, it's separate, but.
It's separate, yeah. So
Yeah.
probably the best bet is to go to the airport website and you'll find a link to it.
Or just UP.
Look for
Express.
ground transportation.
So,
Okay, but but the take home on this is we're looking at least 90 minutes to get downtown from here.
no.
30 minutes,
I wouldn't think so.
Well,
It's 20 minutes.
it's 15 minutes to the hotel, to the airport from here, they told me. Let's say you wait 15 minutes for a shuttle, so that's half an hour. Then you might have to wait 15 minutes at the airport, so that's 45 minutes, and then it's 25 minutes,
20 minutes.
20
Okay.
minutes into town.
Well, first of all, if you have a schedule when for here, knowing when the shuttle's leaving, you're gonna show up when the shuttle leaves. Here. 'cause
Don't
you'll
be
know.
late. That guy just left right in front of me. That was it the other day.
You can always check at the front desk as well. They can probably give you all the information.
Sounds like a long
Right.
What about coming back? Do they, from town? The same, at night, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, the train still works every 15 minutes?
Shuttle's
Yeah, until like 12 something in the morning.
Okay.
And the shuttle will.
Okay,
The other option.
moving along so we can get
The bus.
mine wrapped up and get on to Neil's session. Just some final thoughts. Courtesy is the big thing to presenters and attendees, to be here in place for the start time of the session, rather than shuffling in partway through and disrupting things. Let's not have private conversations going on during sessions. There,
Especially if you're sitting right next to the microphone right away for the online. As somebody who used to watch the online stream, yeah, it's appreciated.
Friday and Saturday evening, Neil scheduled time for socializing and help desk from 7 till 10. And we, as of yesterday when I checked, we do have this room available to us in the evening. It will be locked up under normal circumstances, so a request will have to go in to open it up, and then it'll be locked after we leave.